bucket of chicken in the room. Get that bucket of chicken. And hey Charlie, where's the ketchup and hot sauce? Sup, it's your unfriendly raid rat neighbor Kevin Carnage, and at this moment there's the cutest thing happening to me. My puppy is laying on my chest looking so adorable, but she's got so great she belongs, can't breathe. Anyway, this original, the title was given to me by unknown source, but his link was, I forgot his name, bro. Honestly, I forgot his name, but he's a cool dude. I chat with him like a couple of times on Discord. Also, Discord is a link as well. And I asked him, "Oh, can I have this idea?" He's like, "Go ahead, man." But now I'm being very disrespectful, and I forgot the guy's name. Granted that I got this thumbnail from him like for over a week now. Anyway, I ensure to put his link in the description below with others such as Six Master, Kid Zeus, Liam, Lord Titan, or just Titan to be exact, just to name a few. These are what if creators that I think are amazing, but that's just my opinion. If y'all don't believe me, head on over to their page and check their shits out, bruh. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tickle that bell notification to get notified whenever I upload a brand new video. I feel lightheaded. Anyway, this is what if Deku was like Beast Boy, or what I really meant was what if Deku had Beast Boy's abilities. Granted, I'm not gonna do how is this going to impact the story. We're just gonna get straight into it. So Deku just returning from the hospital due to the accident that happened. While they were heading to the hospital, Inko was not Inko, but Deku was really happy that he was about to figure out what quirk he has, as to pertain that he's been showing signs that his quirk would have soon activated, and Inko decided, let's take him a little bit early. It's not gonna be a big deal. And yes, there's still going to be blah 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 situation happening here. So that accident happened. Deku was severely injured. Inko was in PTSD, post-traumatic stress, because since throughout everything she has no scratch on her, but Deku was badly off, needed some blood transfusion and all that shit. Deku he didn't have the seatbelt on, so when the collision happened, he slammed through the windshield, hit on a tree, got impaled in a bad area, and he started bleeding out his shits. And since Inko had her since Inko had her seatbelt on, she just walked away with a few cuts and bruises as she went over to her son, seeing her son lodged on a tree with a branch sticking out of his side. She then yelled and it broke down, and her mind went out of there. She's like, as she saw her son, what seemed to be like, at that moment you could possibly say he's dead, but he's hanging on in there. He's a big boy. And that's a scratch. No, he's not. He has a gaping hole in his stomach similar to All Might's. Oh. Anyway, so they're in the hospital now. Inko is still not saying anything, just staring through the glass as they're operating on her son. They proceeded to offer him the blood transfusion. Inko was still in her shitty trance. And so they went over and got some blood from somewhere else that seems to match Deku's blood type or so situation. So they administered the blood transfusion. So months of fly pass. Inko is finally, breaking out of her little PTSD. Not that she's gonna heal anytime soon, like fully recover, but she's gradually getting there with Deku, you know, getting better as the time goes by. He's currently able to walk again. Something that the doctor said he'll probably never walk again. So Deku is proving that shit wrong. With Inko assisting him with most of this everyday chores, you know what I mean? Not everyday chores, but the everyday aspect of his life, like walking, chewing, exercising. Inko is assisting with that situation, you know what I mean? So she's there for her boy because she believes she's the one that caused her boy to have that huge hold in her. You know what? You know what? You know what? My cat scared the living shit out of me. Like, why? Why would you do that? Maggie, go get Thanos. Go on, get Thanos. Good girl. Yeah, so, apologize about that just a second ago. My cat crawled between my legs and it freaked me the fuck out. And I just ordered my dog to go over and take so the cat's name is Thanos, onto the bed. I didn't say onto the bed, I just told him oh. Oh. Anyway, so some few months has passed. Deku is fully recovered after his rehab, his medical checkup situation, where doctor is looking at Deku's medical sheets and noticing that his red blood cells and white blood cells are mutating at a not a rapid pace, but it is mutated. It will be completely mutated on his 12th birthday at the estimate of the doctor, with them dragging Inko to a side, telling Inko that they might have made a mistake there. They kind of gave him a blood they kind of gave him a messed up blood transfusion. In fact, the blood that they were giving to them was a blood that was how can I say? So we're gonna point to a view of the Secret Service in this situation. So a Miss Martian like type creature landed on planet Earth some miles away and was captured by secret agent as they were conducted tests in the similar hospital that Deku was. They extracted a few blood from this life form, and somehow that blood got mixed up, and they administered the blood to Deku. That's after they test the blood and they noticed the blood was a match to Deku's blood, and somehow the confusion end up as they were bringing the correct blood. They mixed up and gave Deku the alien blood. Oh, alien blood's probably green, blue, or yellow. How can they make such a mistake? Bitch, look. Anyway, so Inko's falling on her knees, thinking that how could her son go through even more painful experience. He already lost like in 3 years of his youth. He's now 8 years old at this moment. 3 years of his youth after her carelessness not buckling him inside his seatbelt, causing him this. Now the doctors made such a huge mistake, and her son might turn into a hideous, grotesque monster. Or some shit like that. I'm not so sure what she said, but she said some shit and uh, the doctor told her to, that she could leave Midoriya here for, medical analysis. And in her head, she's like, you're not going to use my son as a guinea pig? No, no. She decided that she's not going to. She's going to find a private facility to take Deku and ensure that Deku's health is up to date. She does this, and the finance start kicking up on her as she decided to, start a small business to help, um, fund Deku's, you know, whatever's happening in this private facility and stuff. So, we time skip. Inko is now successful in her business selling cookies. There's some kind of treats or something that the society can't live without, and Deku is, well known, and it's going to be his 12th birthday. Inko is, very anxious to see what would happen, as Deku, throughout this year has been telling his mother that he's feeling strange sensation happening to his body. He also tells his counselors, his doctors, his pediatrician, his in fitness aides that something's wrong with him, and he knows that his mom knows, but she keeps avoiding the question in certain situation. So it's finally come to, it's Deku's 12th birthday big party, because they moved into a huge mansion and Deku's all known. Inko is like, head of a huge company, just because she wanted to ensure that her son doesn't get used by, shady doctors. And still, the news about the alien crashing and stuff, and they have an alien life form beneath the city, hasn't reached the public for like 6 years. So yeah, that's gonna play a huge role in the situation later on. So keep that in mind, that there's gonna be a vengeful alien going to be rampaging through the city in a few, so Deku didn't go to the school where Bakugo went, but then they crossed paths at multiple occasions, with Bakugo being jealous of Deku, of his upbringing. Flashback, they knew each other when they were kids. They knew each other back way before the accident. And after the accident, Deku basically didn't return back into that, region where Bakugo was. And when Bakugo finally met Deku, Deku has a different appearance than when he was a child. He's like, he's a little bit taller. He's a little bit more muscular, in the sense of a muscular, and his clothes is like, all Gucci like ish, like, man. His clothes is high end clothing. He's like, no, it's not what Bakugo was wearing, and Bakugo was envious of this. He constantly tries to bully Deku, but Deku has that cool persona with it as well, because then he get hoes, my boy get hoes. Even though in a few minutes or in a few hours his skin is about to turn green and his ears is about to grow bigger, and he started gonna get a lot of claws and hairy all over some certain part of his body, I'm not so sure. I don't even know why I'm describing such a certain character at this moment in time. So I'm just mentioning that they know each other. Just that, Deku looks down on Bakugo, woman. He doesn't consider Bakugo anywhere in his lead, and whenever Bakugo tries to hit Deku, Deku has his bodyguards, bodyguards, and his bodyguards can use telepathy, and telekinesis. I'm also sure it's telekinesis, where they can use their minds to lift stuff. Anyway, so his bodyguards are high ends as well. You know what I mean? So after Bakugo was trying to punch Deku, his bodyguards used their power to throw Bakugo away, as Deku laughs and calls Bakugo a loser. So later on, the party is ensued. Deku is shaking hands as Inko is looking at Deku, to ensure whenever the mutation happens, she, shuts down the party and takes Deku into a secure location so he cannot harm anyone or harm himself. You know what I mean? So a few hours later, the bell rung and it's midnight. So Deku's birthday is already passed. Deku's in the hall, opening presents and stuff. Telling his mom what he got. With him noticing that his mom is worrying about something. So he proceeds to ask his mom what's the matter. Why won't she talk to him? And he insists, she tells him that it's going to be okay, and she forces a smile on his face, but Deku fell on the floor, writhing in agony, as Inko was, at that moment, Inko was about to leave the room. Deku fell on the floor, writhing in agony. Inko turns around to see Deku's clothes are starting to rip off his body, as she presses some buttons on the wall and ceilings or walls or whatever you see when you press the movies and safe rooms and take pieces of slabs of iron start slamming down on the window, covering you from the outside. So something similar like that happens. Deku started transforming. His skin starts turning green. His arms start growing hairy, with his ears start protruding longer. As he turns to face his mother, his fangs start growing out. And basically, the one Beast Boy in this situation here, I'm not gonna sure if he's gonna look similar or eerie to the one on the thumbnail. I'm not sure, but I'm describing him now. He stood up and roars, like roar like a little like ah. As Inko tried to approach him, he turns and asks his mom, like mom, what's wrong with me? As he fainted. Wake up in the morning, Deku, thought whatever happened last night was a dream. As he got up, not really paying attention to his surroundings, and walked into the restroom. And granted, his room is filled with mirrors. He's so tired of looking at himself, he doesn't even look at the mirror. So he enters the restroom. He started, taking a shower, and he entered the bathroom, took his toothbrush and started brushing his teeth. Still not focusing in the mirror, he walks downstairs and kisses his mother, as his mom stares at him with awe, like, aww. He then picks up a toast and he walks out the door. As he greets his guard stood firmly, not really, understanding what has happened, as Inko ran outside, grabbing Deku and ensuring that Deku looks into the mirror. As Deku looks into the mirror, he sees that he's green and hairy. And look at his ears, bruh. Look at his ears. No. Anyway, Deku started screaming. Due to him panicking, he turned into, he shape-shift into various different animals. Inko was surprised by this, noticing that, but the doctor said you will mutate into some hideous, grotesque monster. Deku finally gets composure of himself as his head is still a shark head. Maui. Hey. Deku proceeded to skip school that day as they both went back to the same spot he got that blood transfusion and met up to the same doctor that told Inko that they made a mistake and the blood that's inside him shouldn't have been inside him, and the estimated time that the intrusive blood takes over Deku's body would be approximately his 12th birthday. You know, man. But it was a few hours after his 12th birthday. You know, man. Anyway, so the doctor examines Deku, with Deku, staring at the doctor, blaming the doctor for the situation he is currently in, as he, remembered what Inko said to him a few years, prior to, a few years in the past. He flashbacks as he's, listened to Inko stating that she's the reason why he is like this, and she's the reason why he's going to be a mutant monster. So the doctor, being the kind-hearted doctor he is, took the full brunt of the blame, man. Inko noticed that he is, trying to protect her, because then they don't know if Deku's mindscape is stable or unstable. So he did it regardless. He would have done it regardless if Deku's mind was stable or unstable. So they decide that to run some tests on Deku. Deku stays out. They inform Deku's school that he will be absent for a few due to family complications. So Deku is in a lab with the doctor, Inko, and a few others who are now focused on understanding what Deku is now become. But anyway, this is where we're going to be leaving this off. I know we started off at a fucked up pace, but I'm glad we finally catched up to understand the understanding. Anyway, don't forget to check out all the links in the description, especially the creator of this thumbnail. I still forgot his name, but his link will be in the description with others such as Six Master of the Master Clan, Kid Zeus of Kid Zeus Studios, Zoku Meister, Liam Meister, Gratify, Lord Titan, YK, and a few others. I made that mistake again, but a few others, just to name a fucking few. See what I was trying to get at with there. Don't forget my Discord and my TikTok is in the description if you want to just check out that short animation, me having a kaku session with my dog, or just basically getting my cat drunk. Head on over to my TikTok if you just want to talk some bullshit, say some shits, or just want to be all up in that shit. Head on over to my Discord and stuff. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tickle that bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a brand new video. So this is your boy Kevin Cornage, and I'll see you in the next one. Holla at a nigga, say whoop. No banana. No banana. Come here. A tune. Ah! Wait. What the fuck? Why y'all keep doing that shit?